Hey everybody, welcome back to No Jumper News. It's Adam22 here with my man Doknow filling in for AD. Let's get right into these stories. First things first, Maryland rapper Goonew was fatally shot on Friday. Goonew was a friend of the podcast. We had him on an interview back in the day, so before we even get into the details, massive rest in peace to Goonew.
Rest in peace.
His manager confirmed the tragic news to the Washington Post, stating that the rapper died a few hours after he was transported to a hospital. He was 24 years old.
He had a heart bigger than his body. When they took him, they took me. They wanted my son dead because he gave it up. They took his chain, they took his watch. He gave it up. And they still shot him in his back.
Goonew was killed blocks away from the neighborhood where he was born. His mother says that he was killed when he was on his way to give his sister a birthday gift, but he never made it. She says it was ultimately a bullet to the back that killed him. Initially, the Prince George's County Police Department shared the news, tweeting that a shooting had taken place in District Heights. Officers found Goonew suffering from gunshot wounds around 5:45 p.m. Friday in a parking lot on the 2400 block of Walters Lane. Police don't yet have a suspect in custody. Homicide Unit detectives say that they are working to identify and arrest the suspects who murdered Goonew. A reward of up to $25,000 is also available for information that leads to an arrest. Maryland natives Corday and IDK took to Twitter to offer their condolences. Goonew released his first mixtape, Certified Goon, in 2017 and followed it up with Goonwick, Big 64, and Goon Rich Urkel the following year. His debut studio album, Still Servin', came out in 2019. Rest in peace. Okay, so one thing that wasn't specified here is that Goonew was actually on his Instagram story taking some shots at different people that he had issues with, like a couple weeks before this and even like right before it, I believe. So if anybody wants more information about that, I recommend 1090 Jake's video where he goes into a little bit more detail about some of the street beefs that Goonew was wrapped up in. But I can say that, you know, he was a good dude. We spent a good amount of time kicking with him back in maybe 2019 at the store and stuff. He came through. He did the Exposed interview with Lil Dude. I wish that I had actually got them like on camera on the podcast together and not just on the green screen, but I don't know, man. It's just such a sad story that somebody like him who has so much talent could end up getting taken out this world. And we don't know what it was about, but it sounds like it was some fucking sinister shit because they took his chain and his watch and then shot him in the back on the way out the door.
Yeah, that's some the way it sounds, like if he was live on Instagram, especially if you're still in the area where you were raised, where your ops most likely know where you're from, or the certain blocks, the certain places you're gonna be at. Like, you can't be on live, especially because we've seen it here in LA, where there's been a lot of situations with dudes are on camera live in their car and people just recognize the stop sign or the certain building and pull up and people's lives get lost and taken.
Yeah, and I mean, somebody like Goonew obviously wasn't like the biggest star, but when you're looking at a place like Maryland, I mean, there's not...
City, it's a small city.
Yeah, it's a very small city. It's not like there's that many like big names out there. So to somebody like him, if he even had a watch and a chain, I mean, that makes him a big target. The fact that he did have beef with people and ops and everything like that, I mean... I don't know. It's just it's a sad story, and I feel like we report on the same fucking story all the time, over and over, because this shit just keeps happening to people. But, you know, big rest in peace.
Yeah, and then so you could tell that it was more than just a robbery, because obviously, like, the thing is, for whatever, take the chain, take the watch, and then just leave and get the fuck on, right? And then you brag about, oh, I took his watch, I took his chain.
And most people don't want to commit a murder.
Yeah,
even
exactly.
if they're putting a gun in somebody's face and taking all this shit, most people don't want to murder on their conscience or worried about the cops knowing about that, because in comparison, just taking a watch is nothing. So yeah, I mean, they definitely wanted him dead, and maybe we'll find out more as time goes by about why he was, why that might have been the case. But rest in peace, man.
R.I.P. Goonew. In a series of Instagram stories, Jayda and Lil Baby both posted cryptic messages that have many wondering if things are over between them. Taking to her Instagram story, Jayda announced, "I'm finally standing up," with a gif of a man clapping his hands. She then followed up with, "Everything comes to an end and never force it. Be happy." Meanwhile, Lil Baby wrote, "When an MF thinks they can play with me," alongside of a clip of DC Young Fly on a basketball court. Jayda clapped back by writing that she was being played with for 6 years and mentioned spilling her own tea before the rumors spread on their own. Somewhere in her announcement, the narrative began circulating online about Lil Baby allegedly catching Jayda texting another man, prompting their breakup. Fans quickly tried tried to piece together the mystery, theorizing that Jayda ultimately got caught texting Bow Wow and Lil Baby was upset about it. After catching wind of the rumor, Jayda shared her own Instagram live sessions that Bow Wow seemingly had nothing to do with the split and wondered who originated those rumors in the first place.
No shade to Bow Wow, but where are y'all getting that from?
Okay, so as the story goes, Lil Baby has been slanging dick all throughout this industry and all kinds of different trap houses for all these years. And then he finally catches Jayda allegedly just responding to a dude who was hitting her up. Maybe just liking the message, maybe actually responding. I don't know. I believe the Bow Wow thing is like total cap, like made up out of thin air. But I mean, what she said it was made up out of thin air. I don't know. But either way, I mean, it kind of raises the question, you know, if you're Lil Baby, I mean, based on what she's saying that he's not playing by the rules fair. Like, he's allowed to get caught cheating on her hella times, and then he catches her just writing back to somebody, and he's that upset. I mean, we don't know what she wrote back saying.
Yeah.
Because if she responded to somebody saying, like, hey, yeah, bring that big old funky dick over here, I mean, yeah, shit. That's basically just as bad as her actually fucking somebody. So I get it.
It's the you gotta think about it like this. Like, if she's already dumb because she stood with him after all that cheating, so she already. But I mean, don't be that person that you constantly judge. Like, don't like if she's constantly always bringing up the fact that, or if she did right there, right? So she's like, oh yeah, but he's cheated on me plenty of times. Well, then just leave and go do your thing. Don't go cheating too, because then it just makes two pieces of shit in one relationship.
And I know she's successful in her own right, and
yeah,
people love her, and that she has her own degree of stardom and everything like that. But I'm sorry, you're not Lil Baby. And Lil Baby, as a guy who's from nothing, who made it into like realistically one of the top 5 biggest rappers in the game, did you really expect him to not go dip and dabble in some ass? Because I'm 0% surprised about that. But then meanwhile, I mean, I kind of feel the same way where, like, you know, if I even just like saw that my girl was talking to a dude like that, it would shatter my perception of what we have and what you are supposed to be acting like so much that even though I have obviously done far, far worse, I could see it. I could see dipping out after just seeing her responding to it, dude.
No. And then I think it goes bigger than that. I think like it's one of those things where, like, let's say it was another rapper, then he could, and then it could ultimately get to like where he could mention that he was fucking Lil Baby's girl in a diss song, or maybe
I don't want to hear Bow Wow saying that in a song. Oh my God, that would be disturbing.
Bow Wow finna come out with a song, R&B song, talking about him and Jada's DM, and she replied, and that could hurt Lil Baby's, you feel me? You feel me? His ego, his insecurities.
I really hope this Bow Wow thing is made up, because I keep, like, I don't know where it came from, but it's such a funny idea. Like, when we thought it was just a random dude, it didn't seem that funny. But that's the whole thing too, is like, if you're gonna impress Lil Baby's girl, or if you're gonna be doing enough that she actually wants to flirt with you and respond to you.
So it might be Bow Wow.
I mean, what do you gotta be bringing a lot to the table. I don't know, it's pretty wild.
That's what I'm saying. I think it might be Bow Wow, because I don't think, like if I slide.
Let's just go with it, fuck it.
Like if I slide in Jada's DM, I don't think she might reply.
Yeah?
I'm funny.
You are funny.
Yeah.
So you got that going for you. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Like, who could reach that status of being like Lil Baby's replacement for the night? I don't know. I need to know more about this. Somebody steal her phone and leak the info.
Girls have needs.
Girls have needs. Thank you.
And Jayda and you know, Lil Baby was probably some other ass, and Jayda needed some dick, so she done moved on for the night.
YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe to No Jumper Clips. And hey, while you're at it, go search up Doknow and subscribe to him on YouTube and
Almost 100K.
Instagram, all that shit. Appreciate y'all.